Blessed afternoon, collective. How's it going? Fuck! It's Lionsgate. We are right smack in the middle of, today is Lionsgate portal. The energy doesn't stick to one day. It doesn't really work like that. Numerologically, this is the day that it opens officially, but it's been bleeding in. I'm not even sure it's the peak, to be honest. It's just kind of the valve is wide open now. There's no doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I feel fucking tension. It's just the anxiety keeps coming back, and agitation, more of that sick of this shit, wanting to make a change, which is what this energy, especially paired with the Aquarian full moon, is here to help us do, is to make a change. And I am very aware that there are patterns within myself, right? Within the ego, within the pain body, the shadow, whatever you want to call it, the egregore of repressed pain and unconscious thought. And those things have some momentum, of course. They still do, even as I have been engaging in presence with them and really paying attention, focusing, no longer wanting to feed them, wanting to just observe, to witness, to let them be, to let them play themselves out, sort of peter out. And I am aware that I am changing that pattern, and that it still has momentum and is returning because of that as an opportunity for me to practice further presence, to transmute that into presence. But it's not just my feeling in this. I know that. Can I prove it? Fuck no, I cannot. But I know it. I know it very clearly. There is a collective anxiety. It's more than that. It's panic. It is tension. It's exhaustion. It's a desire to just release. For my part, I am endeavoring simply to observe, not to judge, not to even think or characterize as much as possible, just to feel it, and I've been feeling it for sure. It comes and goes in waves, but it started this morning with that angry little ball right here. It feels like it's moving up. It's moving further up into the heart space, but it is just, if I can give it a sound, a description, that's how I would describe it. It's just an angry, staticky little ball that somebody's got to do something about. It's not going to change. It's not going to go away. It's absolutely maddening. And I'm going to pull some cards right on top of this energy because I want to, because I can't stand not to. I got other things happening today. Doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm late. This has to happen. This, for my sanity, for my peace, must be. And I don't know what comes out, and I don't care what comes out. But it starts with the Queen of Pentacles. That fawn is dying of thirst. We can't put this off. The more we put this off, it's getting all nice and washed out. It's just super high contrast. It's the more we put this off, the harder it is to look away from it. We just can't. We can't. We're thirsty. Yeah, judgment. It's bursting forth from us. Can't repress this. Can't deny this urge. When little baby fawn is hungry, is thirsty, that takes over. It's a natural process that takes over. It overrides everything else. Even if little fawn was afraid of something, nervous, scared, even having a hard time walking, that little fawn will overcome all of those things because the urge to get some milk from mama is stronger than all of it. There is an incredible urge here. Yeah, to come back, to come in, to come out from the cold Because it's been a long time and we're exhausted. It's empty out here. There is nothing else. There's nowhere else to go. There is nothing but this. This is the only path forward. Every other path has led to pain, to death. It's abundantly clear. Yeah, we want to come in from this. And this is a painful truth. It's a hot truth. It's an urgency. It is the kind of urgency you feel when something is burning on your body. Maybe in your stove, but I'm talking about pain. This hurts. This is the kind of pain that overrides everything else. You can't ignore it. Even if you'd been able to, it's not working anymore. It's resurfacing, it's resurging. It's a surge of this intensity that is just searing. And there is a desperation to get away from this, to make this stop. There's only one way to make this stop. We were afraid of the thing we had to do before, and the pain wasn't so intense before. This is Lionsgate energy. It is intensifying everything. Now we can't ignore it. The pain is so much, yeah, that we gotta go. Just a little further. It's time to move. It's time. If we were standing here contemplating because not sure, a little afraid, a little uncertain, no, this has turned into desperation. It's time. We can't sit. We can't stay here any longer. Got to move. Holy shit, got to move. Gotta quench this. It's too hot. It's too painful. It's just, there's a drive forward here. Angel energy is not placid. Put it that way. It's devil energy that's quiet sometimes. It lulls you. It's overly smooth. It's con man energy, right? It's smooth talker. It's, yeah, everything's cool, man. It's all good. You don't gotta do that. You can have one more. You can get by with whatever. You know, it's fine. It's good. That's devil energy. Angel energy doesn't care how you feel. It's going, move, go, change, do it now. Yes, you're afraid. I don't care. Do this. No, I'm not going to explain. No, I'm not going to justify. You don't need those things. Trust. Have faith. Take the leap. That's it. It's enveloping everything. And the smooth, the calming of the forgetting, of the repression that the devil energy was able to produce before, it's not working. It's not working. So why the fuck am I here? Because this is, I don't know what this is. It just is. 10 Wands just showed itself. Yeah, there's a lot of guilt and there's a massive burden and it's too much. It's too much. It's a guilty conscience. It's just desperate to confess, desperate to express, get something off the chest, make a change, make a move, something. We can't take it anymore. And I know I've been saying that. Trust me, it's been this way. It keeps coming in cycles. I don't particularly enjoy feeling this energy. I don't particularly, and it's escalating. It's just getting more and more intense because it's trying to get people to move, to change, to leave whatever toxic behavior, way of being, way of thinking, situation, whatever it is. It's time to leave it behind. It's time to change. Why am I here? Why am I pulling this reading? Because it's time for the energy to balance. Yes, it's time for soulmates to come together. It's time for the energy to balance. That's the most important feature of this. From my perspective, that is my focus. These roses are dying. They're not attached to anything, right? They're cut flowers. The minute you cut a flower, it starts to slowly wilt and decay. They got to get in some water. They are going to die. They need to be put in some water. Something needs to change here. The defensiveness, the guard has to drop. It's exhausting. This cycle has been about teaching people to be vulnerable, to express themselves openly, to stop caring what other people think, to just be honest. So many times our energy flows somewhere. It goes towards something that we want, something that we have a strong feeling towards. We feel something. We recognize a truth. We feel an emotion and we withhold it because we're afraid. We're afraid of how it's going to be received. We're afraid of potential judgment or reaction. We're afraid of the change. We're afraid of uncertainty, of not knowing what's going to happen after this, as a result of this. And because of all of that fear, we keep it in. We keep our emotion from flowing where it wants to flow. And we hold ourselves out of alignment with ourselves. That creates imbalance, that creates tension. The resistance to the flow just builds on itself. It feels bad. It is karma accruing. You are holding yourself out of alignment with yourself, out of balance with yourself. Imagine if electricity could choose to do that. Imagine if electricity had free will. If instead of flowing naturally down a circuit, as it does when connected, that charge could go, I don't know if I want to go over there. I'm a little scared. I don't know if I'm comfortable here. I'm familiar with this place. I don't know if I want to go over there. Can you feel how much tension builds up? That charge builds up. It intensifies. It starts to shoot out other directions. It can't stay in that spot. It needs to flow. It needs to flow. It's time for this is a cup that moves. The Knight of Cups is a cup that is delivered, right? It is emotion that is delivered, that is expressed. It's time to let it out, whatever the fuck it is, because I don't know and I can't predict. I can't predict free will. This is, in essence, a general reading. Even in application for my own life, taking it personally, I don't know how this plays out. There are so many people and so many variables involved. I don't know. I just know people gotta share their shit. People gotta speak their feelings. That's all I know. Oh, yeah. What has been held back? From nothing, something. A whole lot of one very specific and clear thing. People gotta share their shit. Express their truths. The emotion and the truth that's been held back, it's gotta come out. Alright, so let's pull a reading. I'm pulling on the soulmate cycle in general. This is a sample for general collective because I'm tracking the energies, masculine and feminine energy, which all of us have within us. And in fact, all of us are trying to balance. That's it. That's the whole thing. You balance your masculine and feminine energies, you're good. You feel good. You flow good. It's all good. You don't need anything else. Of course, those energies express at various levels because everything in existence is in levels, is in cycles that expand further and further outward, and those cycles have different expressions. There are internal cycles within your body, within your cells, within groups of cells, within the body at large, right? It's the same thing. It just keeps going. It's the same with energy. So there are individuals who resonate in a dominant polarity as more masculine, more feminine, nothing to do with gender. There are plenty of divine masculine women, straight women, and divine feminine men, straight men, and gay and otherwise, and it doesn't fucking matter. None of that shit matters. We're all the same self. It's all just an illusion of separation anyway. It's agitating. I am feeling agitated. I have nothing to be agitated about. This energy is agitated. It's what it is. Yeah. The star. This has been coming together for so long. It's been trying to. The energy has been trying to balance for a long time. It doesn't stop trying. It might change the path that it takes. If you are so resistant to being a cooperative component to some other sort of specific component, then you're no longer the right thing. You're no longer viewed as the appropriate match by the universe. So you have a new match. You find a new match. This happens all the time, especially with the Divine Feminines in this cycle. We have been escalating our vibration. Most of the masculines that we first interacted with that triggered this escalation haven't followed to that point, and they're no longer a match. They're no longer a match, but they still have lessons to learn so that they can grow their energy. They need to express and be vulnerable so that they can release that imbalance, that burden, that density, and begin to ascend. And there's other stuff coming in. Other things, people, places that are a match now to this. Oh, the devil and the star. Yeah, this has been held back for a long time. What's underneath that? 7 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. It's overwhelming. This has turned into obsession. The more you resist, the more energy you add to something. Anything you say no to gets bigger. Everything we have a war against gets bigger. Resisting energy of any kind, especially something that you asked for specifically, just makes it bigger. The more you run from something, the more you are attracting it to you. I'm talking in general, not just about the quote-unquote runners in this cycle. The more you push anything away, the more certain you make it that it's going to reach you. There's more to this. There's a lot packed into this star. There is so much energy in just this card alone. But it's all breaking loose. 3 of Cups, bookending. And underneath that, just for fun, is the Emperor in pain. Yeah. An excruciated Emperor. It's just, I don't even know. I don't even know that I can put words to all of this. There is a long overdue manifestation. In general, there are long overdue manifestations. Manifested changes. Manifest destiny. Things for everybody. Things of all kinds that have been stuck. Held up. And now it's just, it's too much. The floodgates are opening. And it's a lot of change. I would not be surprised to see a tower. This feels like a tower. The star implies a tower, but especially with the devil underneath. It's either a tower that you welcome as a part of change that you have requested, or it's a tower that you resist because you're afraid of the change. What's on top? 2 of Cups. All right. Yeah, manifested connections. The absolute insanity is that so many of the masculine, it's not all masculine energy that's on the runner side. I should say that. Some of it is feminine as well. So many of the runners were the ones to initiate this process. They were the ones who manifested the connection. They manifested you meeting, bumping into each other, whatever it was, as brief as it may have been, because of pain. in their lives because they weren't happy in whatever they were in. They weren't happy with themselves, they weren't happy with whatever. And their soul saw an opportunity. From their heart of hearts, they whispered a prayer. They made a wish that perhaps they had not even admitted to themselves, for a way out, for a way forward, for something else, something truly desired. They asked for justice. This just fucking jumped out. The divine feminine was their justice, but they didn't take it. And so the universe has been trying to deliver this. Justice is balance, right? This is divine justice, that which is seen as just by the universe. These components are compatible. They want one another. They align in desire and value and energy, all of these things. Therefore, it is just, it is right for these things to come together. The energy is right for it. The energy is right for this. And because of ego, because of hang-ups, they ran away. Now everything went according to plan, because there's so much learning to be done, so many lessons to be had on this journey. And so it was always going to work out one way or the other. If you are afraid of the manifestation that you asked for, then you learn about that. You run from it, it leaves, you learn not to run. You start to look at, why did I do that? Why did I run? You start to be introspective and self-analytical. You start to observe the unconscious mind. You start ascending that way. You invite more presence into yourself, awakening and ascending. So no matter what, you benefit. And that has been a primary lesson for both sides, to look at the self, to grow your energy by observing the self, seeing where our patterns are, letting them go, challenging them, moving in a different direction, releasing resistance to what is, all of these things, releasing fear in a big way, big way. One way or another, justice happens. One way or another, the universe gets justice. Justice for all. Sometimes that changes. The way that looks changes. If you reject the blessing that you have asked for, it becomes a lesson in why you rejected it, so that next time you let it in. Just that. There's no indictment. You're not wrong. You're not bad. You have to learn. We all have to learn this. We have to learn how to receive. It's a big lesson. It's an important one. And a part of learning how to receive is rejecting some things and realizing, oh shit, I did that. I did that. The opportunity was here. The option was here. The offer was here. And I said no, even though I wanted it. Why did I do that? Let me look into this. Let me figure this out. Let me see this. Let me witness this so that I can be aware. And next time something comes around like that, I don't behave that way. I make a different choice. It's time for balance. It's time for something to happen. It's time for a movement. Yeah, where there has been stagnation, it's time to go. It's time to jump. No more at the crossroads. Yeah, it's Knight of Swords, and right underneath that Knight of Swords is the Eight of Wands. That is movement, swift forward movement, breaking through this Two of Swords. No more standing at this crossroads. Pick a path and go. Just go. All right, what's in the 3D? Strength. That's a go. That's a go, motherfucker. This lion is coming towards you. You go. You move. You do something. And it is the lion with the rose from the Two of Cups in this deck that is significant here. It's a part of the karmic lesson is to do this. It is the karmic lesson to be vulnerable, to cast caution to the wind. Consequences be damned. Reception be damned. Reaction be damned. Just fucking do it. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if you get rejected. It matters that you went for it. It matters that you expressed, that you followed your own energy. That is all that matters. That is where the satisfaction and the good feeling is found. That's how you balance yourself, which is good feeling, is perceived by us as feeling good. It was never about what happened. It was only about taking the action, following the good feeling impulse, seeing what happens, saying yes to life, being willing, being open, being receptive, just not closing off. That's why I have this tattoo. It's yes, it is. Yes. But that whole experience of seeing them in concert was a spontaneous thing. Getting the tattoo was spontaneous. It all represented to me saying yes to the opportunity, to spontaneity, to the now moment in whatever manifestation it has taken. Not overthinking it. Not thinking about it at all, really. Does it feel good? Do it. That's it. Don't question it. Go for it. Say yes. What's in the soul position? Ace of Swords. This is the Ace of Swords right here. These are powerful cards. I mean, 2 major arcana and an ace. Swords in the soul are a little painful, but this is Archangel Michael's sword of truth, and the soul is made of truth. There is painful truth about this, of it's not about what might have happened, it's about that I didn't even try. So now I never know. I can't know. And that drives me crazy. That is what drives us mad, is not finding out. Keeping the words left unsaid. I know I say that all the fucking time, but it is so true. It is so true for so many people. We swallow our emotions, we swallow our truths, we keep them held in, and that turns them against us. That turns that energy toxic. Just speak it out. The soul is ready for this. The energy is ready for this. And I mean, Lionsgate. Do you need a better emblem of that? This isn't in the 3D position. This is in the physical position. This is go time. We have the urgency. We have the urge. And there might even be a sort of false confidence here, but it's enough. It's enough. It's okay. Whatever you got to do for this, to let this out, that's okay. Let it happen. All right. What's the hidden message from the universe? 2 cards. 2 cards, because 2 came out together. 9 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups. That's very interesting. Ooh, the birds are having a time. Yeah, I mean, one way or another, it's liberation from apathy. It is liberation from the runner energy. Whether or not somebody comes in, whatever happens, whether or not that moves forward or ends, whether or not you say yes or no to it, one way or another, you get justice. This comes to balance, and we're done. We're done with it. It's time to be free, to let go of this energy. The runners have been holding on to this a lot more than the non-runners have. They're ready to move forward. They are looking ahead. They're taking the lessons, going, okay, it's fine. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me. That's fine. I want to grow my energy. I want to move on. I want the next thing. I want to keep moving and shaking and playing this game, this incredible adventure of life. That's what I want to do. But the runners haven't let go. They never made a decision. they never expressed. They kept holding on to the non-runner's energy. And the universe doesn't like that either. If you're going to hold on to somebody's energy by continuously thinking about them and daydreaming about them and dreaming about maybe sharing your truth with them, but you don't actually do it, you don't actually make any changes, that builds up. That accrues more karma. That's just more out of balance. And the universe says, this is done. You've taken this too far. It's time for that snap back to occur. It is time for justice to be served. And that means it's over. Some way or another, the runners are no longer going to be able to hold on to the non-runner's energy. It's not allowed anymore by the universe. It's either you learn your lesson and you take some form of action, or it's removed. It is taken away. The connection is taken away. It's not a punishment. It's just balance. You're not wrong. You're not bad. This opportunity has passed. The window has closed. The universe doesn't just leave it open. That ship sails. That energy is going to balance in some other way. There'll be another ship. There'll be another opportunity, a different thing to balance this energy in a different cycle. But if you don't move now, that's it. That's it. It's last call. It's last call. That is how I would characterize this. Doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Last call, bars closing. You place your order or you don't. What's in the final outcome position? 6 of Wands. It is a breakthrough. It is expression. It is victory after a long battle. It's the thing you never thought was gonna happen. Something coming out of the shadows. Something that's been gone a long fucking time. It's communication. I can't say anything more than that. There is a little bit of this false confidence bleeding through of somebody just bursting through the door and being like, hey, I'm here. You know, everybody pat me on the back, throw me a party, that kind of thing. Not so much, man. Cool, you showed up. Are you gonna explain? Are you gonna express yourself? Are you gonna share your emotions? Because that's kind of actually the whole point. Doesn't matter that you just show up. You've been hanging around. You've been, the spying energy has been here for a minute. You've been around. Just because you decided to walk through the door, that doesn't mean anything. Are you gonna open up? Are you gonna speak your truths? Are you gonna be honest with yourself and everybody else? Are you gonna be vulnerable? Share those emotions no matter what? Maybe. We'll see. We'll find out. I enjoyed pulling that percentage last time. I find that very interesting. Yeah, the majority of people under this energy show up in some form or fashion. Does that mean they say anything? That's a whole other question. Maybe I'll pull that percentage here. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. Look at that. I love knowing I have the right deck. 6 of Wands. Yeah. There's victory one way or another. One way or another, there is victory to be had here. There is a culmination. There is a fruition. There is an end. There's a resolve. Yeah, there is an end. 10 of Swords. What's underneath that? Because the cycle is changing. Because we've already changed cycles. We are in the new energy, and the old energy cannot subsist here. It can't. It's dying out. It can't keep growing. There's nothing feeding it. There's nothing sustaining it. It's dying out. It's time to just keep moving on with this new cycle. And just because it wants to show itself, it's a ways in, but it was poking through. That 2 of Cups. What's under the world? 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. It's time for the decision to be made. The decision that was never made has built up enough heat that it can't be sustained anymore, especially under this new energy. It's just, you know, you make the decision. Are you gonna buy the drink or not? It's last call. What's underneath that? There's the Tower. There's the Tower that I felt here. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands that's experiencing it. And some disappointments and death under that. Then we have a Star again. Yeah. It's Tower energy one way or another. If you embrace the Tower, if you recognize and you are awake and conscious as that which is being removed is removed, then you welcome it. You go, yeah, everything that is leaving because it's not meant for me, and it's being replaced by something better. It's being replaced with something better that I have attracted, something that is truly for me, something that is balanced, that is a part of this new energy and my new energy, something that reflects on my level. If you're fighting that, it don't feel so good. It don't feel so good. What's on top? 8 of Wands. Again. And just because it showed itself, an 8 of Swords. It's time to stop thinking. I mean that universally. Soulmate cycle or not, runner or not, it's time to stop thinking. Thinking is not knowing. Thinking obscures being. Being is where all of your power and pleasure is. When you are thinking, you're taking yourself out of the now moment. You're flattening it. You're stripping the life from it. Thinking does nothing for us. It's useful for some practical things. It's not useful for most things. It's not a way to live. There's no truth in the brain. You're not going to find anything by thinking. It can help you count things. It can help you arrange things. Yeah, it's good for stuff like that. Keeping track of things, sure. Deciding things? No. No. There's no end to that. That's a bottomless pit. Deciphering emotion? Oh my God, no. That is not what thinking is meant for. That is not what your brain is designed for. Your brain is not meant to feel. It can't. It doesn't know how. You try to process feeling in the brain, you end up in 8 swords. That's what happens. And the 7 swords just popped out as I was trying to find it. It's just a bunch of bullshit. You are not going to learn anything that way. Just feel. Time to stop thinking and just be and follow the feeling. Don't let the feeling turn into thinking. Notice, feel, stay present. That's it. Tell me about justice. Let's talk about justice here. Beautiful card. It's a beautiful energy. It's very present. It's very determined one way or another. It's happening. Tell me about justice. Why is justice here? To be delivered. Yeah, to be received. I get that in a big way. To be delivered. To be received. Knight of Cups. Yeah. It's time to get some emotional satisfaction one way or another. That doesn't mean any specific type of outcome. It just means the energy is right for emotional satisfaction. That can be within, in fact, it is derived truly from within the self. That is the only place true, lasting, stable satisfaction comes from. But there's another form of justice here. Yeah, there's the pain. It's time to express this. It's time to let go of this. It's time for that to resolve. What's on top? 7 of Wands. How do I feel about that? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of a stalemate energy. But I think it's moving. What's right with that? 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords. It is, I mean, it's tired. I felt tired. I felt like this guy was tired. He's tired of standing here. He's tired of fighting. Yeah, it's exhausting. It's excruciating. This is that angst, that anxiety. It's keeping us up at night, not doing anything. That is a drive to do something. In this case, especially. Anxiety can be a complicated energy in terms of deciphering what it is informing you of. It's always informing you of a skewed perspective. That is true. If you have a specific thought relating to that anxiety, you think a thought and then you feel anxious, that thought is out of alignment with the broader perspective, the knowing of all that is, the knowing of yourself. That's the simplest way to put it. As this pertains to the soulmate cycle, the anxious thought is around, it's gonna go wrong, something's gonna go wrong, or I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't feel this way, I should just stay where I'm at. All of those thoughts trigger anxiety. And it's gotten so convoluted that even when they think a thought of, I really want this, it triggers anxiety because there's an unspoken, but I shouldn't, after the fact. Whether or not someone is conscious of it, there's a resistance to the desire to move, to change, because of a self-judgment, because of fear, and then that creates this wall of anxiety. Anxiety is evidence of a skewed perspective. Back it up. Just look at it. Just look at, there's anxiety here. There's a thought. Maybe I didn't even have awareness of a thought. That's okay. I just know there's anxiety, and that means I'm limiting something. That means ego is involved. Whenever there is stress, tension, strain, ego is involved. That's okay. Just observe it. Just look at it. Let it be. We eventually get tired of the anxiety, right? And we just say, fuck it. Fuck it. Whatever is making me anxious, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop doing the thing that feels anxiety inducing. And I'm gonna just go. I'm going to move on, going to move forward. I'm going to stop questioning this, stop ruminating over what the potential outcome or result or consequence might be, and I'm just gonna find out. Tell me about strength. I give it up. I let it be. I surrender. It's asking for surrender. Strength crossed by temperance. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I want to feel better. I want to feel better energy, and there's only one way to feel better. It's to stop thinking about this, to stop questioning it, to stop worrying about it, and just find out. They've tried to forget it altogether. That hasn't worked. It just keeps coming back. It creates more of the anxiety. So it's clearly, I have one course of action. If I want to feel better, I have to change. I have to make a move. I have to do something. What's on top? Yeah, I have to pick a path. I have to choose a way forward. I cannot stand at this crossroads any longer. It's closing in behind me. It's pushing me one way or the other. I gotta make a decision here. What's red with the Two of Swords? Oh, they came out together. I fucking love that. I love tarot so much. I don't think I could illustrate this any better. I gotta make a decision here. The Tower with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Or the decision is made for me. A lot of decisions are being made for people at this time. And again, it's all part of the plan. You can't fall off the path. It's all to your benefit. It is all always working out for you. Sometimes the working out for you is in the form of learning a lesson. Your soul learning a lesson that it asked to learn by some rather dramatic change, destruction. I've experienced plenty of this in my life. But it's time for the decision. It's time to just fucking go for it. The tower is falling. Do you let it crash on top of you, or do you move? Do you change? Do you take a step? Whew. So big bugs just flew in here. This can't last any longer. There's no more putting it off. There's no more debating and procrastinating and weighing the options. No. It's happening. Something is happening. It is last call. It's go time. It's choose, or it is chosen for you. And a lot of things are already being chosen for us under this energy. So it's just go with it. Go with the flow. If you have the ability, if you cannot take action in the situation, accept that it is what it is. If you have the ability to act, begin by engaging presence, accepting what is, and then from the place of presence, which is without the mind, from the place of presence, from the place of pure being, choose your path and move towards it swiftly, deliberately, decisively. Take action. Do not question it. Do not think about it. Just act. It's under Temperance. Queen of Wands. Yeah. The shell is crumbling. The facade is being ripped away. No more. No more hiding. It's being revealed. All of the falsehood, all of the illusion, all of the pretension, gone. It's a naked energy. It's just, you're left without your clothes. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just cower in the corner forever, or are you gonna go, well, I'm fucking naked now, and just walk down the street and own it? Oh, okay. Card just jumped out. Clarifying the Ace of Swords. The Three of Pentacles came out sideways. How do I feel about that? It's in progress. It's time to go. What's underneath? Two of Wands. Yeah, it's time to go. We've been holding back from this. The soul energy has been building up and building up and building up. It's goading, it's pushing. It's not just encouraging, it's almost nagging at this point. It's just fucking go, motherfucker. You know you want to. You know you don't want this. You want something new. I'm not talking about specifics. I just generally, this is the energy. You don't want to do this anymore. You know you don't. Why are you still doing it? Stop doing it. It's just this, we can't turn that voice off anymore. What's red with this cockeyed Three of Pentacles? Yeah, the Ace of Cups. We can't turn it off. Can't turn off the feelings. That's why. Emotional energy is the soul. Positive emotion is the soul. If it feels good. We know what feels good. It's become abundantly clear. We also know what doesn't feel good. That has become even more abundantly clear. That's guidance. Contrast is clarity. Doesn't feel good? Oh, let me not sit in this. Let me move towards something else. That which is not this. If it does feel good, let me go straight towards that. I don't even need to question it. Just go towards it and find out. And guess what? If it's not what you thought it was, you get contrast, which gives you more clarity. You can't fail. You win either way. It's time to start following the feelings. To start following the feeling, to start being our authentic self and just go with it. It's just go with it. The soul is just saying go with it. Turn off the fucking brain. Stop thinking, stop questioning, stop analyzing, stop trying to make sense of it. Just go with it. That's, everything flows to you that way. Yeah, you still encounter contrast, of course, because that's to your benefit. It helps you refine and clarify and build your desire. But it flows so much more smoothly. You don't have such a bumpy ride, such a wild ride. It all just feels right. It makes sense internally, emotionally. Even if it doesn't make sense to the brain. In fact, it's probably not going to make sense to the brain. It doesn't need to. Let the brain go. Let the mind go. Just be. Just live. Just flow. This is how you live the happily ever after. By just following the feeling. Shutting down the brain, being, listening. It's all the guidance you ever need. I promise. Tell me about this 9 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups here. It's technically 9 of Pentacles sort of bursting forth from underneath this 4 of Cups. It's time for a new cup. We don't even really want this cup. That's just what I'm feeling. It's time for a new cup. 4 of Wands. Path to the 10 of Pentacles. It's balance. It's underneath that. King of Pentacles, and underneath that is strength. It's time for this shit to be let go. Yeah, it's time for the energy to come to balance. And that means somebody releasing. Somebody letting go. Somebody that's been holding back, holding on, not able to do that anymore. Whether they come in and actually transform this, or whether it is transformed by being just removed, it's no more. Yeah, it's time for something new. It's time for all new. New adventures, new fun, new stability. What's on top? Queen of Swords. Yeah. That's a pointed truth. It is the universe saying, shit or get off the pot. It's time. You never took action. Are you going to take action? Because if you're not, this goes away. Because this energy has to balance. It's time for it. It's right for it. It's right for it at a higher level. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. High Priestess. There's something more here. There's a lot to this. It's either let it all out, let it spill. It's more than that. It's not an either. That's an interesting feeling. There's so much more than meets the eye. Here. Give me one more for the High Priestess. Look at that, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Something else has been aligned. There's more here coming to fruition than it even seems like. There's more coming to balance than it even seems like. Yes, a lot of this has to do with teaching people to trust their emotion, to trust their intuition, to look at their own unconscious reactions and patterns and tendencies, to be self-reflective, to look at this whole situation in a new light, in a different way. Ooh, cards blown away. There's something else. This is interesting. It's like a whole other plan. It's a, you didn't even see this coming. You didn't even realize this was a part of the plan. It's been a part of the plan. It could have gone multiple ways. The universe accounts for everything. But we're bringing out the big guns now. It's like we moved into this very special place. It's that special reserve kind of energy that I get a taste of every now and then. Of, yeah, not just liberated in a small way, liberated in a big way. There's so much more coming to fruition here than meets the eye. It's an abundance energy too. An abundance of things coming up that are very clarifying and very liberating. It's a mysterious energy, but it's nice. It's nice. All right, let's talk about the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, final outcome position. Why is this here? Why is this here? Yeah, I mean, it's coming in. It's 10 of Cups. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It is a little bit of dreamy, fantasy, fairyland. Yeah. And there's that Six of Wands again. It's the motivation for this is a little bit of course we want to come in from the cold. We want to fix something. It's overwhelming, it's a burden. It would feel really good to do this. Yeah. But it is kind of there's expectation on this. You don't want to have expectation, not specific expectation. Expect that it all works out for the best. Expect that it all works out for your benefit. Absolutely, it does. Know that. Just don't add details to it. That's where you can end up disappointed because it didn't turn out quite the way that you thought it would. Well, the way that you thought it would wasn't the way that it was best. It wasn't the way that it was supposed to be. There is a little bit of this expectation of like, I just show up and it's all good. It's everything. We happily ever after. What's on top? What's on top? Six of Swords. I mean, there's resolution one way or another, again. But it is a little bit of that feeling of like, really? Like, now? Now. All this, how long it's been now? It took you that long to decide? I really don't care anymore. What's right with that Six of Cups? It's got to be deeper. If it's going to be a true resolution, it's got to be a deep, open, emotional expression. It's got to all come out. It's got to be a clear decision. It's got to be a hell yes, right? No limp, well, I guess I'm here. Well, I guess I showed up. I guess I'm going to do this now. No, motherfucker. If I'm not a hell yes, then I'm a hell no. And that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be. There's other things. What I'm looking for is the thing that really rings my bells. What I want to know is that I ring your bells. That you can't resist. That this is just, it's too good and I got to take a shot and I got to find out. And I'm here and I'm excited and it's a hell yes from me. And I don't know what it's going to be from you, but I just want to say hell yes. I'm saying hell yes to you. That's it. Yes to life, right? Say yes, not maybe. Okay. That's not how you greet life. That's not how you approach and welcome life. Limply, no. With open arms, with exuberance, with excitement, with a sense of adventure and curiosity and self-assurance. Hell yes, I'm going to do this. Hell yes, I'm going to see what happens. Hell yes, life, bring it on. Show me what you got. Show me how amazing you are, how stupendous. I know your worth. I know my worth. Let's match it up. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens. That's the kind of energy you want coming in. I don't know if that's here or not. But just take that lesson. I mean, that's all that matters. Let it be a hell yes. Follow the good feeling. Not the limp, maybe sort of feeling. Let that one slide. Let that go. If the energy's not there, if it's not aligned for it, then that ain't it. That doesn't mean it's not it forever. It just means that ain't it now. But just focus on what really lights you up. What is the hell yes? What is the next best feeling thing? And not the thing that's running from a bad feeling, the thing that's a purely good feeling. That's a hell yes. That's a true hell yes. Not the, oh, hell no to that, so let me go over here. and find something else because, oh my God, no. No. Just the pure, I like that. I like what I see. I'm going towards it because I want to, because it feels good to me. Just that. Final message. Pull a final message from the universe. I'll take that Seven of Pentacles off. It's an important card, though. It's just right. The timing is right. Trust that also. The timing is always right. The timing of your life, the timing of the universe is perfect. It is always working out for you to your highest good, your highest benefit and highest joy. That's all anybody ever needs to know, honestly. The rest of the time, just be. Just trust it and go with it. Go with the flow. What else do you want to say, Spirit? Anything else here you got for us? Be open. Be open to the adventure, to the opportunity, to the possibility. Be open to receive. Just that. Page of Pentacles. I almost called it a Knight of Pentacles for some reason. Something that's been stuck up for a long time. What's underneath that? There's that tower. Come back again. Yeah, it's time. It's breaking loose. It is break loose energy. No more. Time for the fawn to get some milk. There's death again. Yeah, what happens if the fawn doesn't get milk? I mean, it's a literal translation, but yeah. The fawn goes away. There's no more fawn. And end of that lifetime. That's a powerful urge. That is a powerful instinctive drive, right? To come in and learn this lesson. That's here in a big way. And it's powerful transformation. Regardless of anything, there is powerful transformation. Just let it happen. If there are towers falling, if you are feeling anxiety, if things are collapsing around you, if things are being removed, if it seems like it's all going wrong, that's a good thing, actually. Trust it. Trust it. Lean into it. Have some faith. Know that whatever happens is happening for you, for your greatest good, specifically you. Because your greatest good is to the highest good of all. That's how it works. It's not the highest good of some people. It's not the cumulative highest good. No, it's all. Everybody. All inclusive. This is an inclusive universe. This powerful transformation that's here. Just let it happen. Just let it for the feminine, for the non-runner energy, just flow with it. That's all this is saying. Just let it go, let it out, whatever's there, express it, be open, be accepting of it. No need to resist. Whatever's here, let it be here. Acknowledge it, accept it, feel it. Speak it out. Yeah, that is the path to happiness. The lesson that happiness is within us at all times. It's always here for us to find. Joy, satisfaction, and peace are always present. When you are present, you are with them, you feel them, you know them, you experience them. How do we become present? By focusing on the feeling, by letting go of thinking, letting go of questioning, by going within and experiencing what is, within and without, from the feeling place. When you're thinking, you're not experiencing, you're not living. Just experience, just feel. Don't let the feeling turn into thinking. Feel the feeling and be with the feeling and just stay there. Flow with it. That's where all of the joy is found. That's where the balance is found. There's more coming in as well. One way or another, there is balance. There is justice. There is restoration of the soul, of the feminine energy. All cups here. All cups. Delicious cups. Nice cups. Tasty cups. Cups are what the soul thrives on. Emotion, emotional satisfaction. The flowing of that energy. The open expression of it. The allowance of it. The presence with it. All of these things work together. Just be. Be present with yourself and for yourself and as yourself, and add no definition. Do not conceptualize. Don't add any words, don't add any thinking. Just be. And be openly. And follow. You will feel. You'll feel some things that are not so pleasant. Just be present with those. And when you feel something that is pleasant, that does feel good, that feels like a hell yes, follow that. Go where the feeling guides you. That's it. That's all anyone ever needs to do. Be honest, be open, be ready, and go with it. That's all I have. This is the reading. This resonates powerfully for me. I still feel the tension. I still feel the anxiety and the questioning. And you know what? That's okay. That's totally okay. It doesn't need to change. I can just be with it. I don't need to understand it. I don't need it to justify or explain itself. All I need to feel good is to allow, is to release resistance, to accept what is, and to feel it fully, openly, freely, with nothing held back. That's it. So this is my expression of that. This is my flowing with the energy and doing what feels good to me. This resonates for me in a powerful way. I do intend that it resonates for you, my beautiful viewer, my beautiful collective. I would love to know. If so, in what way? Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. But regardless of anything, know that you're good. You're doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. And as often as you notice anxiety and unconscious patterns, just pay attention to them. You don't have to try. You don't have to do. There's nothing to do here. You don't have to enact a change. You are the change. Simply by bringing presence, bringing consciousness to that which has been unconscious, you transmute it. By shining the light on it, you restore it to light. That's it. That's all it takes. Have a fabulous, magical, resplendent, magnificent evening. Breathe deeply and often, and focus on the feeling of the breath moving through your body. All is truly well. All is as all should be. And all is working out for you, in your favor, for your highest good and most joy. Have a beautiful night. And know that always and always, in every vector of time and space, and all of them beyond, I absolutely adore you.